Just after the top station on Thomas's branch line, there is a tramway that leads to Farquhar Quarry. Toby the tram engine has worked this line for many years and knows it well. He enjoys bringing the workmen to the quarry each morning and back home again at night. The tramway is only a short line, but Toby loves it more than any other part on the whole railway. Because he shares the line with cars and lorries, Toby has to travel slowly and ring his bell to politely alert people that he's approaching. Toby knows his bell is very useful, but not all the other engines agreed.
Must you sound that ringy-thingy all the time? The noise reverberates around my radiator.
My bell is very useful, thank you, Mavis. It comes in handy when I'm travelling down the tramway.
It's so dinky and quiet. You need to try blowing your whistle every once in a while instead. Proper engines make an impression when they pass. If I didn't know better, I'd have thought you were a bicycle.
Well, if my bell makes me a bicycle, with a horn like that, you must be a tugboat.
Mavis glared at Toby and flounced away indignantly. Toby just chuckled to himself. But as Toby took a train of stone down the tramway, he couldn't help but dwell on Mavis's words.
Maybe I could give my whistle a try. Just for a change, you know?
After that, Toby decided his bell was better after all. The next day, there was a chill in the air. Winter was definitely on the way. On days like these, the workmen asked Toby's driver to stop at the local village pub on their way home, just before the top station. The workmen and Toby's crew often enjoy having a drink or two before it's time to head home, whilst Toby dozes outside as he waits for his driver to return. The rumble of an engine woke Toby from his slumber. He saw a lorry travelling down the lane, driving over the paved tramway tracks.
Oh, he'll see me and move out of the way.
But the lorry driver was tired and not paying attention. When he finally did see Toby, it was nearly too late. He swerved violently, but the lorry bed swung around, hitting the wall of the butcher's shop, and only narrowly missing Toby. The impact loosened a slate in the shop roof, which slid down and broke Toby's bell with a loud clang.
Oh, loathsome lorry! He's a danger to the roads and the railways.
Toby's driver came out to see what the commotion was.
Bother! Now we're stuck. We can't travel down the lane without your bell. It isn't safe. And we can't use your whistle. We would wake the whole town.
Oh, then what will we do now? You can't leave me here all night. One more close shave from that lorry and he'll be towing me away in bits.
Well, without a bell, we don't have much choice. You'll just have to stay here until morning when we can safely use your whistle again.
Bother! What's that sound? Is that another bell?
Of course! That's the barman's last call bell. He rings it to let everyone know the pub will be closing soon. I wonder if he'd let us borrow it.
Toby's driver walked back inside to ask the barman for a lend of his bell. He returned quite soon.
The barman said we can borrow the bell so long as we bring it back every night in time for last call. So I guess we have no choice but to come back again tomorrow.
And so, Toby used his new bell for the next few days, whilst he waited for the works to deliver a replacement. Every night his crew would stop at the pub to let the barman use his bell, and the crew reasoned that it would be a waste if they didn't stop to have a pint while they were there. The bell worked wonderfully, and Toby was happy. Mavis, however, wasn't impressed.
Fancy that! Toby's bell wasn't embarrassing enough, so he went and got a smaller one. I just don't understand it. I should teach Toby a thing or two. People would move out of the way sharpish when they hear my horn.
Mavis's chance came sooner than expected.
Mavis, we need you to take this stone delivery to Farquhar for Thomas to collect. Toby is busy with passengers, and this stone is needed right away.
Of course, sir. Now I'll show Toby how it's done.
And so Mavis left with the stone trucks. As she travelled along the line, she saw a car approaching the first level crossing. She tooted her horn, and the car stopped to let her pass.
This is easy. I knew Toby was just an old fusspot.
Soon she came to a shared road. Another level crossing was just ahead. Mavis tooted her horn again, but much more loudly. This time, the noise surprised a van driver, who shot off in the wrong direction and tipped over a tractor's cart. Heavy sacks spilled all onto the line.
Stop!
Cried Mavis, but it was too late. Her wheels crunched the tarmac as she left the rails, and finally came to a stop. Luckily, no one was hurt. Toby soon came to the rescue.
Well, you certainly did make an impression. Let's get this mess cleared up before your impression causes any more traffic.
Toby took Mavis back to the shed, where the Fat Controller was waiting. He spoke sternly to Mavis, and ordered that she have a bell installed in her cab to avoid any further tramway incidents. Toby chuckled.
My bell's been fixed now, so you can borrow this one from the pub. I hope it's not too quiet for you, but then again, a little bit of quiet might do you good.
Mavis said nothing more on the subject of bells, and was quiet for the rest of the day. She is now much more careful on the tramway, and knows not to underestimate the value of something as small as a bell. Toby downs an entire pint all by himself. He's only got small water tanks, so it goes to his wooden head very quickly. Said Toby. Mavis said nothing. She'd lost her voice in the war, and ring his bell to said Toby. Mavis, however, wasn't as impressed. I'm not impressed. The workmen and Toby's crew enjoy having a drink or two before it's time to head home. Whilst Toby dozes at... hang on, I've stopped there. I've just realised. I feel like it's fine for the workmen to have a drink or two. Maybe not Toby's crew. They're on duty. They need to drive a tram. But then Toby's driver is inside. Oh, it doesn't matter. They can have a little festive drink. A little bit of tipple. Tipple on the tramway. There you go, there's the title. No, please don't do that. Okay,